What's up, everybody? This is VisitJoan, and before we get started with this video, I just want to point out that I literally just realized that the strap on my shirt that is used to actually keep it hanging on a hanger is showing this entire time, which is really just kind of dumb because I am looking at the video footage while I am recording it, and I have no idea how I went the entire video without knowing it's there. But anyway, I'm not redoing it. That's going to be a waste of my time, so please ignore how ridiculous I look. So we've gone over Build and Buy, we've gone over Create a Sim, but now there's probably the most important aspect of the game left. The actual gameplay. Now, I didn't play the Sims 4 base game in 2014, and I'm kind of glad I didn't, because, well, let's be honest, that was pretty much a big pile of flaming garbage that EA tried to pass off as a game. But when I actually did pick up the base game about this time 2 years ago, I played around with it for about 2 weeks before I got bored and decided, yeah, I needed to get some packs. And since a lot of us are on lockdown right now, and some people finally got time to actually play the game, I thought it would be a good idea to go over the packs that, add the most in terms of gameplay. Now keep in mind, this is going to be a quality over quantity list, so it's going to be based off of how much these packs add to the game and not how many things they add to the game. And since not everybody has the same playstyle, I'm not expecting you to agree with everything on this list. That's okay. It's okay to hate some packs. It's okay to love some packs. I just want to let you know that your opinion is valid. So without further ado, here are what I believe to be the top 5 packs in terms of gameplay. Coming in at number 5, we have Mosquito stuff. Now, I know this pick may sound a little weird considering everybody was complaining about how we should have had a modeling career instead of a freelance photographer career, but I'm not even looking at the career here. There is one thing that actually made this pack make the list, and that is the brand new photo system that was introduced. Now, about a week ago, I posted a video where I did a tour of the Pleasant family home that I have updated. Part of that tour is just showing you what I've changed about the house, including several family portraits. And if you want to see that, the card will be up there, I think. Or is it there? I started those family portraits back around the time Mosquito stuff was first announced. And I was actually working on them while watching the deep dive live stream when they announced this new camera feature that overhauled the photography feature, and I had to stop in the middle of this process because I couldn't do it without this brand new feature. For starters, Mosquito Pack added the tripod, which any sim could use it with any camera, and the picture would automatically be excellent quality. No more blurry photos or photobombing gnomes or any of the usual stuff that shows up in these pictures. No, crisp, clean pictures that you could actually hang on your sim's walls. And if that wasn't already enough of a game changer, this revamped photo system also came with several poses that your sims could use, from playful poses to flirty poses to poses for walking down the runway. The other great thing about it was that if your sims were posing with certain family members or certain relationships, they could have poses together. Like, you get romantic couples together and they would, have a certain amount of poses. You could have sims have poses with toddlers, sims have poses with children, sims have poses with their pets. It was pretty much this amazing breakthrough. And even for me, somebody that does use Post Player a lot, this is really helpful because sometimes, I just don't want to pull out Post Player for maybe one house I'm not like super into. I just built it and maybe I just want some pictures of the family to decorate the walls. So I could just quickly whip out the tripod, the camera, and have a couple of those in-game poses, and that'll be just fantastic. Basically, by comparison, the original photo system was just complete. Oh my goodness, let's not even go there. Coming in at number 4, we have Get Together. And yes, it's another strange pick. I know. You are probably thinking that, why I picked this, the club system, why was it even needed in the game? And to be honest with you, that is a 100% fair critique to make, because I don't even use the club system at all. The reason Get Together is on this list is because of all the things that it added to the game that your sims can do. And I didn't put this under Build and Buy because it's less about the objects themselves and more about the interactions your sims do with them. As someone who did just play the base game for a while, I can say that there was almost absolutely no point in taking your sims out anywhere because there was literally nothing for them to do at all. Get Together fixed that. It added foosball tables, Don't Wake the Llama, dartboards, arcade machines, diving boards, dance floors, DJ booths. And this was, sorely needed because now you could get your Sims together in like group activities and have your Sims go out and do something fun. And I especially love the addition of the new nightclub lot because that's one of my favorite things to send Sims out to do for a good time. In fact, I would go to a nightclub if we weren't currently under stay-at-home orders and I actually had people to go with. And several of the objects that came with Get Together were actually included in the base game of some previous iterations of The Sims, like darts and diving boards. They were in the base game of The Sims 2. Basically, Get Together was what it implies. It was a reason for your Sims to get together and actually enjoy themselves, which was just desperately needed in this game. Coming in at number 3, we have City Living. Now, this was the first expansion pack I got because I felt like it was the one that offered the most. Okay, you couldn't design your own apartment building in The Sims 2, but it did have its own unique type of gameplay for living in apartments. For starters, you could start with the really just low-end crummy apartments that are constantly breaking down and have mice running around, and there wasn't anything like that in previous Sims games. It added a nice touch, but then once you get to the upscale apartments, there were actually, unique qualities about apartment life in the city. You would have neighbors throwing parties at 3 a.m. or yelling at each other and causing so much noise that you couldn't sleep, and also just general things about living in apartments. But also the apartments were good for, single Sims, because honestly, I just don't like the fact of a single Sim taking up one huge lot. That's way too much space. I mean, you could put a whole family in there. But what's also great about City Living are the festivals, because once again, there are several things that your Sims can go out and do. They can go out to the Romance Festival and maybe find a partner. They can go out to the Humor and Hijinks Festival and pull some pranks and nobody will care. Or they could go to the Spice Festival, set their mouth on fire, and hopefully there's some glass of water there to wash it down. Basically, City Living added a whole new aspect of the game that we really hadn't seen in a while, living in an actual city and dealing with some actual things that happen when people live in an actual city. And I am saying this way too much, I need to move on. Coming in at number 2, we have Dine Out. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Joan, why are you putting this on this list when this game is so glitchy it won't even work properly? Well, I can tell you that right now, I've never actually had a problem with Dine Out. Oh my goodness, did the waiter just steal my food? Okay, that was one glitch. It ended up being something hilarious to put in the video, so that kinda doesn't count. Generally speaking, as long as I get there and have my Sims reserve their table immediately upon arrival, I've really never noticed anything bad, except for the waiters actually leaving dirty dishes on the table. That was kind of weird. But basically, Dine Out was the first game pack I got, because like I said, in the base game, there was just a lack of things for your Sims to go out and do. And although I actually hate going out to eat, in The Sims, it's actually kind of fun because then you can have 2 Sims go on dates and actually have a conversation and, eat their food and do several romantic interactions. Oh wait, that was The Sims 2. Basically, it was a great opportunity to have your Sims go out and get to know each other on a date or with a group of friends or as a family to celebrate something. And it was something I missed sorely when I just had the base game. I constantly found myself wishing that I could go out to restaurants just because there was something for my Sims to do there. And coming in at number 1, we have Parenthood. The Sims 4 base game is kind of notorious for not having a lot of stuff for kids to do. In fact, there were several things that kids could do in The Sims 2 and The Sims 3 that for some reason they can't do in The Sims 4. What the heck is going on? Yet family gameplay in The Sims 4 isn't all that fleshed out other than toddlers that are actually better than their previous iterations. It just leaves a lot to be desired, and part of that gap was filled with Parenthood. For starters, you could actually discipline your Sims, and those disciplinary actions kind of shape the Sims that they end up becoming when they grow up. If you want your Sim to be responsible, teach them to be responsible. If you want them to have good manners, teach them to have good manners. Or, of course, you could go the other way and teach your Sim that it's appropriate to fart and burp everywhere, and all heck breaks loose. But you know what? It's your game, do what you want. But Parenthood also brought some activities and some family-related gameplay. For starters, you could set a curfew, and you could actually have Sims go out after curfew, although they can't sneak out like they did in The Sims 2, which was actually kind of the best way of handling it, but Sims could also come home with school projects, which they could work on together or by themselves, or even have a parent assist them if they wanted to. Parenthood is at the top of this list because it's literally the closest thing we've had to basic staples in previous Sims games. However, it's not enough. Especially when it comes to teenagers who really just feel like mini adults that go to school. Yeah, the next expansion pack I would like to see is something that kind of addresses this issue, like Generations for The Sims 3, or even just, I don't know, a teen-themed game pack or expansion pack. That would be pretty cool. That's kind of what I want to see. If we actually got that pack, I'd stay up till 11 p.m. to be the first one to buy it. And yes, those things do come out at 11 p.m. because it's based off of New York City time, which I am an hour behind. Well, there you go. Those are the 5 best packs for The Sims 4 in terms of gameplay. Do you agree with this list? Did I leave any of your favorite packs out? Feel free to let me know with a comment. Also, if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate you giving it a like and subscribe if you want to see more. As always, you can follow me on social media if you want to see just fun facts behind the scenes or just things my Sims are up to. You can follow me on Instagram at VisitJoan, or if you just want to see my thoughts on The Sims in general or whatever Disney Plus show I happen to be watching or whatever at that time, you can follow me on Twitter at VisitJoanVideos. But anyway, I'm going to get up out of here. Bye everybody, I will see you in the next video.